Hi, welcome to Foolproof. This week, we are doing what we would do if we were Prime Minister.
Yeah, so essentially, we are elected Prime Minister already. We're not campaigning anymore. Yeah, so we're elected Prime Minister. These are the policies that we would put in place. No restrictions or anything like that.
No opposition.
No opposition. Doesn't matter. We're just putting these policies in place.
Yep.
And as Prime Minister.
Yep.
Did I mention I'm desperate?
You can slap him.
Hermione with a level 5 gear.
Or by a door.
I'm such a loser.
So, my first rule is I go first. So if
I
I was
always
so
go first.
I'm going to go first, and we go one each around the table until we run out.
Okay.
So my first law that I would sign in to law
Yeah.
is
that how it works?
if you have paid for a streaming site,
Yeah.
there will be no adverts on it.
Oh, thank God.
So
Yeah.
for example, I recently purchased Now TV to watch the new season of Game of Thrones, well, House of the Dragon, and the new Walking Dead.
Okay.
We paid for it,
Yeah.
and then there were adverts on it, and it's like pay extra to have no adverts. So then I paid extra to have no adverts,
Really?
and then there were still adverts. It wasn't like use this laundry detergent advert. It was these are the shows we have on our platform
I
advert.
see. Yeah.
But that's still 2 minutes that I hadn't paid for.
Is there? Can you pay even more to get rid of those, or is
I
that?
don't know. But then I've already paid for it. I've already paid for the streaming service.
Mm.
They
That's
want
quite
us
bad.
to not pirate it,
Yeah.
and it's you're giving us adverts.
That's the thing. You've got so many streaming services as
Yeah.
well.
Mm.
You can spend so much money.
Yeah.
And for one show, probably on each of the different
Yeah.
services.
That's the thing. I want to watch The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I want to watch the new Walking Dead, which is on Now
Now
TV.
TV.
And then there's all these shows on Netflix that I want to watch. I'm like, I don't want to be paying for all of them. So in a minute, it's going to turn back into how it was before. You just get Sky and pay for the entertainment package where you get all of them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. They should do it like is it Channel 4 or ITV, where it's like you can watch it for free, but have adverts, or you pay X amount and you have no adverts, and that's it.
But then there's
BBC iPlayer does that.
Yeah.
Because I watched Doctor Who on it.
Okay. Yeah. So like that.
Yeah, but you have to pay for a TV license.
But with ITV,
Just lie about it. Yes, I have one. No, I don't. I watch it on my phone. That's not TV, right?
Yeah, but you're paying for the content.
it's your postcode, like your house, like has a TV license.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
if
you,
you don't
have to have one anyway, don't you?
You don't have to have one if you don't watch it.
Yeah, because if you just use a TV to play a PlayStation game, you don't need a TV license.
Yeah, but like we
Cool.
have it anyway to watch TV. So
Yeah. So you would
Yeah.
you're fine then. But that's basically a subscription. You're
Mm.
paying for BBC programs, which is why there's no adverts on it.
on the actual TV when you
On
watch it.
BBC, there's no adverts.
But yeah,
yeah. Anyway.
I noticed that on Prime as well. They've recently been putting adverts on there.
Yeah.
And it's like you
That
pay for
annoys
Prime.
me. It annoys me to no end. It's like I've paid for this.
Yeah.
Stop putting
I
adverts
don't,
on
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
understand it. It's like you've already got my money. Like,
Yeah.
How is it allowed that you can, like, cough up more? I'll
And
get rid of
then
the
I'm
ads.
still going to give you an advert.
Yeah.
YouTube, like it's like free, but they have a million adverts, and then it's like YouTube Premium, you don't have adverts.
Mm.
That's like fair enough. They go a bit too far
Same with-
with the
same with
amount of
Spotify.
adverts.
Mm.
Yeah, same as
Well,
Spotify.
I say that Spotify is like I was like, oh, I'll just use it without because it's only adverts. You can't make a playlist like how you would with.
Oh, really?
It was like I made it while I had the 14 days of free, like premium or whatever. And then it went to just the basic plan, and you can't actually get onto your playlist. So it's like you sort of just there's your playlist there, and you could play, but you can't. You can only skip like 4 songs a day,
Oh.
and oh my god, it was rubbish. I just ended up paying for it because I was like, I can't.
Do they have
this.
different tiers? Like you could pay this amount to be able
No,
to do
it's
what
like
you
you
want.
either
with
you have
adverts.
premium or you don't.
Spotify's gone up as well. It's £20 a month now for the family plan.
That's mental.
Yeah, I mean, like, they could have emailed me about it. I don't look at my emails. So yeah, that was my first law. If you're paying for something
Yeah.
like streaming, no adverts. If you're gonna put adverts, don't charge people.
Okay.
Fair enough.
To be fair, I might as well skip a few of my policies and go straight to one that I had.
Yep.
Because is linked. Mine was to make subscriptions free. And like, so mine was subscriptions, so Netflix, Prime, etc. Make them all free, but also like sports channels, because you've got Sky Sports, BT Sport, and like all that. It's like make it all free, because otherwise, oh, I want to watch the Premier League, I'll get Sky Sports. Oh, I want to watch the Champions League, oh, I'll get BT Sport or Discovery or TNT or whatever it is now. And it's like, well, suddenly now you're paying like 60, 70 quid a month to watch these over two different services. It should be one combined fee of less or free.
Yeah.
That is what I'd do.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any that are related, so I'll just go down my list.
Yeah.
So my first bullet point was every man that is over 6 foot is required to have a reverse mohawk haircut.
Is that shaved down the middle?
Yeah.
Why?
Because then I have a better chance because I'm not 6 foot.
I am all for that.
Yeah.
That's unfair.
Because it's like, oh, look at him, he's so tall. Oh, but look at his stupid haircut. I'll go for that guy.
So how would you
Short king.
how would you police that? So like I'm 6 foot and a bit.
Policemen have like their taser and whatever, and they also have a razor.
No, but
It's
like,
hold on a minute.
do you have a
You're 6
system?
foot. Yeah, just shave down the middle.
Do you have a system where is it only men, or do women have to have it as well?
It's only men.
Okay. So do you have a system where every man has to go and to this to a local hall or whatever it
A
is,
barber.
and whatever, and they get measured, and
Yeah.
then if they're over 6 foot, they get done, and they don't
Yeah.
have a choice. It's like
No
you have
choice.
to do it, otherwise you'll be fined and sent to prison.
Yeah, and you can't just go bald either. You can't be like, oh, if I'm going out, I'll just go bald.
What if you're bald?
Oh, that's just, you have to. I don't know. I didn't
You have
think
to live
of
with that anyway.
that. If you're bald, then like, nature's done its work for me.
Well, if you're bald, you could have a beard, and you shave out the middle bit like that.
Yeah, whatever. You have to even like 6 foot. It goes the whole way, and then if you're bald, then you just get the beard, I guess. Get
Fair
off.
enough.
But yeah, so I have a better chance with women because I'm not 6 foot.
Cool.
You
Fair
feel like the scales will be evened out. It's
Yeah,
like
it's called
he's
leveling the
taller.
playing field.
Yeah, it's like he's taller, but he's got a better haircut. So-
You could
Yeah,
just,
fair enough.
you could have better riz, and then you'd be alright.
Alright. So
Anyway.
my next law that I've got,
Yeah.
I'm going to invest on dedicated cycle routes nationwide, and it's a two-pronged like benefit. First of all, it's going to get all the cyclists off the road.
Mhm.
Second is it will make sure that my Uber Eats gets to my house hot.
Oh, because they've got a quicker route when
Yeah.
they're cycling.
Yeah.
God, that's quite a.
Doesn't Uber Eats also do car deliveries? So
But then there's no cyclists on the road now, so they get there quicker as well.
I
Yeah.
suppose. That's fair.
That's quite a big scheme.
I don't know how we're going to pay for it. This is my promise. I'll start
I mean-
small scale,
Hmm.
surrounding my house,
Mm.
between the McDonald's and my house.
I mean, there's like trailways everywhere. You just have to sort of make them wider and pave them. That's it.
When you've got like, for example, where your house is in a town in an estate, where would you put the cycle track? Because you've got road, path, houses. Where's the space?
So in a town, obviously it would just be the footpath,
Hmm.
or I can just
What about walking?
so make the roads a little bit wider, and have the cycle route on the side of the road.
What, and paths are half the size.
I don't know. I don't.
Do what you could do is do tunnel system where
I was
like,
thinking that.
there's like certain parts that go into this. It's like the subway, like the London Underground,
Mm.
but for cyclists.
Yeah.
Or, right, instead of that, we tell them it's a tunnel system and it's just a big
Train.
hole.
Uh-oh.
Get in. Well, there's no cyclists on the road. That tunnel system's really working.
They're all just in a pit, like.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Right.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that works.
yeah, that is, and it boosts the economy as well
Mm.
because it's building infrastructure.
The key point here is let's
Get
get
the
cyclists off the road. Yeah. Especially on sunny days.
I agree with this because I can drive.
You can't drive. By the time this podcast is released, you'll be driving.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, okay, move on. So my next policy to do with the economy: make food cheaper.
How?
Don't know. Just just I don't know. Like supermarkets' profit margins like decreased or whatever. Something. I don't care. Make food cheaper. Because you go into Tesco, I'm like, oh, I'll just grab a couple of bits, like just like quick couple of bits.
Yeah.
50 quid later, and I've got nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that happen?
Yeah. You set out like you go. Oh, I just go and grab a meal deal, thinking it's going to be a £3.50 meal deal or something.
Yeah.
You walk out and you spent like a tenner. You're like,
On what?
hang on a minute.
Yeah.
What did I get?
It makes no sense.
Meal deals are £3.50. You're clearly just buying something else.
Yeah, but that's how they get you.
Because you're in there, and then there's a cost machine next to it.
I feel like the real issue here is you guys have no self-control.
I do, because I'd be spending 50 quid on lunchtime.
Yeah.
I have limited self-control.
So yeah, I do think it needs to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Fair.
Somehow.
I think
Fair.
I think the essential food should be cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. Healthier food should be cheaper. And then you'd have a healthier society as well.
Yeah.
Processed foods and stuff, stay the same. Because that's a choice then.
Yeah.
But your fruit and veg, meats,
The boring stuff.
milk.
Meat.
Mm.
Meat.
They should all be cheaper.
Yeah.
And it will be. When I'm Prime Minister.
Yeah. How would you do that though?
Well, I guess I could.
Get a pencil and just rub out the one.
Yeah. You could balance it, couldn't you? You could go, right, these healthy things, lower. Unhealthy things, increase. Evens it out.
But they made the same noise.
How do you know which one was going down?
Right.
Yeah,
The
they
one that
both
goes
went
down. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The one that goes up. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay, that made it so
I'm
much
not an
better.
economist, but the sound effects did make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah. Sold.
At a cheaper price. Go on, Anna.
Alright, so my next one, I have a theme here. Says a limit on how many people you can be with within a year. And I've put in brackets, I'm desperate. So it'd be like they can't get with all these people, it's like you've got to pick who they're with wisely. I'll stick around.
Oh, what? So one person can get with 20 girls?
Yeah, no,
and then
there's
you
a
get
limit.
zero.
You can get with 5 people per year. So it's like,
Oh,
I
that's
want to
still-
get with that guy, but he's done. Oh, I'll go for him.
Oh, you mean
Oh,
like...
okay. So you can't have one guy taking all of the
Yeah.
girls and stuff. 'Cause
And
it's
it was
like,
vice versa as well.
if by the end of January he's met his quota, then it's
Yeah.
like he's out of the playing field.
Yeah,
It's like,
he's
cool.
limited to those 5
They've got
people.
to
he
lower
met.
their standards.
Yeah.
Is that,
And
like-
by December, you might have someone.
Yeah.
is that one night stands as well?
Yeah. I've written here fling, so
But
it's
then-
anything.
You do realise all the girls that you want as well, they would also meet their quotas.
Mm.
And then by the end of the year, you just got the less good with the less good.
Anything's.
So it's just a quota for the guys. The
Yeah,
girls that go.
Yeah. Sure.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Let's make this happen, please.
Cool.
Okay.
Did
But
I
you-
mention
you-
I'm desperate?
Can you? What if you're with one person? Is this a quota for just for
Oh.
people you get with?
Yeah, so it's like you're limited to 5 people. It's like not 5 times 5 people. So it's like
So the person you get with will stay with that. No, the person that you want to get with will find one guy and they fall in love and you they just stay together. And
until
you
I
miss out.
kill him.
Okay.
Moving on. So, I have an idea to boost the economy by
Yeah.
having a national holiday once a month. So, like
Oh,
Easter or Christmas, but
so
I
what
have
would
one
you-
once a month.
For example, what would you name it? One of them.
Robert's Day.
Another?
Robert's second.
Well, so
day.
on bank holidays,
A
you spend
third
more
one.
money on.
So, like, it'd be an occasion. You'd all go out and have a barbecue
Yeah.
in the summer, like on this national holiday. Or-
Barbecue day.
So I'd make like Halloween a national holiday, so people get the day off,
Yeah.
but then they spend more money on a day trip or whatever, or they have everyone around spend more money on like food and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you do it? So obviously you've got like Easter, Halloween, Christmas, which are like actual things. So you have
And
meaning
New
behind them.
Year's.
But then you've also got like the bank holidays in May and whatever, they're just bank holidays.
Yeah, but then
Um,
I'd make up some sort of.
So would you do it like there's another Easter, there's another Halloween, but a new thing?
Yeah.
And you one a month.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah,
quite
so
cool.
it'd be like
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, like a big event like Christmas, except it's not Christmas. It's something along those lines. It's like you'll get together to celebrate.
Yeah, and each one have its own theme. So, like, obviously, Christmas you'll get together, you have a meal and whatever, you exchange presents. Easter you have Easter egg hunts and stuff, and then you could so America has like Independence Day and stuff, and they all celebrate independence, have a barbecue, set off some fireworks and whatever. But we can have one once a month. So, like Halloween, you dress up as whatever, have a party. So I just got to think of 9 more. And then each one can have a theme.
Well, I mean, January has New Year. You just make that.
Yeah, but New Year's already a thing.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah, but you could make it like a bigger thing.
Yeah, I suppose.
February you could do something to do with leap year.
Yeah, but that's every 4 years.
No, but then you say you do it on the 28th every year.
Oh, yeah, on the 28th, but if on the leap year, it spans over 2 days.
Yeah.
And it's like this big occasion.
I really like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
In June, you could do it for summer solstice.
Mm-hmm.
What even is that? Just the longest day of the year. It's kind of boring, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's something. No, I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
All right. What have I done? Healthcare.
I just put more money into the NHS because it's good.
Okay,
That's it.
moving on.
It's quite boring.
Yeah, that's very
But
big.
it's,
It's lame.
Yeah.
Tell you what, pack your stuff, get out.
But at least if I break my leg on the way out, I'll be okay. Alright, go on then.
Yeah, so running with the same theme, it doesn't stay like this the whole time. But there was a few while I was thinking on the same theme. Any guy that's bigger than like 7,
Bigger than 7?
like 7 inches,
Oh, right, yeah.
is enforced to wear clown shoes. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, you have to be wearing clown shoes.
What, even when you're in bed?
No, like where you would normally wear shoes, you can't just wear whatever you want. You have to wear clown shoes.
The only time someone sees that it's over 7 inches is when you wouldn't be wearing clown shoes.
Well, they'd
If
be like,
anything, that'd become a status symbol of like, hey, that guy's packing.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's like he's
they'd be
packing, but
It would
what an
rebrand.
idiot.
It would rebrand the clown shoes though, because then
Yeah.
it wouldn't be this is associated with clowns. It's associated with a guy with a.
Here's the thing, maybe it's what I want. Maybe I'm into clown shoes, and maybe I want to be recognised for how big I am.
You'll be the only one not wearing them.
Maybe you're reading this the wrong way around.
Yeah.
We're a few policies in each year,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm getting is Noah will be known as the insecure Prime Minister.
Yeah, yeah. The small Prime Minister in all,
Here's the thing.
all ways.
Here's the thing. If it works, I don't care.
Fair enough. So clown shoes.
Yeah.
Clown shoes. Okay.
That's pretty much it for that theme though. So, like, I'm done with that sort of stuff now.
Okay.
So my next policy is creaky chair. My next policy is very much like they have in America, where an armed society is a polite society, or so they say.
Yeah.
But obviously, we don't have guns over here. We don't want guns because, But
Machete.
no. Every person is allowed to open hand slap someone else.
With no repercussions.
No repercussions. You're
You
allowed
sort
to.
of can anyway.
Yeah, but then they can go, it was battery or assault or whatever. So, but the thing is,
Not if you do it hard enough.
if we're in a shop or something, someone barges in front of you, or they're just being annoying,
Slap them.
you can slap them, because eventually they get slapped so many times that they go, "This is not a pleasant person that I am being right now, because I keep getting
I
slapped."
suppose you could know, like, avoid that person. They've got a massive bruise on their face. They must get slapped a lot.
Well, no, they just, well, yeah, potentially, but also the person that gets slapped a lot, they're like, "Oh, there's a reason I'm getting slapped a lot." But there's some people that are like, you just need a good slap.
I agree.
I agree.
But what if it leads to loads of fights?
But then
Yeah, but
that's
it'd just
when,
be slapping fights, wouldn't it?
Yeah. as long as there's slapping fights, that's fine. But if I slap, let's just say someone, like if I was working in customer service or something,
Yeah.
and they're being rude, I'm allowed to just lean over the counter, smack them around the face.
And then they can smack you back.
They
but
can slap me back,
They can't punch
But
you.
they can't punch. They can't close the fist and punch. They can slap me back. But the thing is, I'd have caught them off guard, slap. And then the thing is, I'd only get slapped back because I slapped them. They're getting slapped every day because it's legal to slap them, and they're a rude
particularly
person.
annoying.
And eventually they go, they'd be classically conditioning them of like, oh, if I do this, I get slapped.
You'll see loads of people just doing something and going like flinching because they're just used to being hit.
Yeah, but then eventually the behaviour that got them slapped, where it's like they could have been rude or obnoxious or a Karen.
Yeah.
And eventually they get slapped so often that they'd be like, this is not a way to live.
Yeah.
And then they stop being like that.
That's an interesting idea.
I think it's the way forward.
I would trial it.
Yeah.
Would it be considered a slap or a kick if you slap them with the palm of your foot? Like,
That's a stomp.
no, like you roundhouse, but just like.
I think if you're wearing a shoe, then I think they
No, like
consider that
barefoot.
as
You whip your toes out,
what?
and like you get your foot, and you slap them. Is it a slap or a kick?
Why would you do that? You're going to get a better contact if you just slap them with your hand.
Yeah. Way
What
more
if I
surprising.
don't want to do it?
Way more surprising
What
than
if
you
I want
unlacing
it
your
to
shoe.
be done?
I think no, that doesn't count. It has to be open hand
Yeah,
slap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I would trial that for like a week. Just see what happens.
Yeah.
I
Good job you put extra budget into the NHS.
yeah. No, I think you get a lot of people slapping people for no reason, just getting out of their system.
Yeah, but then they get slapped back.
and then they get slapped back.
And
But
then
then
if
what if they're
people
really
see it-
scary?
What?
If they're really scary and they don't get slapped back?
Well, then that's just normal society. Like you don't pick a fight with someone who's big and scary.
Yeah, it's just like an insult, really. You wouldn't.
So if you're really big and
It's
scary,
like being
you could,
online. It's like you can say horrible things online because there's no repercussions other than they might say something mean back. But then
What have you
everyone's
done?
anonymous. But in the real world, if you were to say those sort of things that people say online, you'd get slapped for it.
you would get a problem though of really big people that know that they're not going to get slapped back would go around slapping people and not really caring about it.
Yeah. What about
But
like
then-
school bullies? They're like
Yeah.
slapping this like
And then
defenseless boy or
All
something.
the like small.
And
yeah.
But then
sort
the
of can't-
teachers can
it's
slap
sort-
them.
yeah, but
No,
what if the teachers don't want to either because they're really big boys?
But in normal society as well, then you get like the smaller people that aren't very strong. They're you know the runt of the litter.
All right, okay.
Like
not
you.
able to do it.
Okay, cool. So then it'd be they could go like in the old dueling days. They could name their champion.
Oh,
it's
so they
like,
have
I'm-
someone that does it for them.
I'm not going to slap you. I can't slap you. However, this guy will.
So you could get hired as a slap man.
Yeah,
Like a hitman with a slap man.
yeah. And it's like
This is my slap man, Ronnie.
£500
He's
a day.
He's there just like I don't know, like
hard leathery hands.
yeah, he does like hand training. I don't know why it's like this, but
Yeah.
£500 a day, you just sit there with them in the office.
he's just got like sandpaper for hands.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, move on. So
I want to change the education system.
Okay.
So I propose. No, I don't propose. I will, because I am Prime Minister.
no exams. Okay.
I'm on
You
board.
learn.
You learn through having fun at school, and then you leave school. That's it. There's no exams. You just learn whilst you're at school. You're there for long enough. You learn, and then when you're in higher education, you can have like coursework and stuff because you've got work deadlines. You've got to show that you can do that.
Mm.
And then apprenticeships is basically you're either good at it or you're not good at it.
So
You don't have to do a test on it.
So further, I think that's a good idea. But further to that, so instead of having exams at the end of things, so at the end of school, no exams, just go out into the world,
Yeah.
do your own thing. But to get into like sixth form, like let's just say you want to do physics or whatever, you have to do the entry exams for the physics subjects. It's like there's like an entry point. So
Yeah,
rather than
okay.
you having to be good at English and good at everything else, it's like, can you do maths and physics?
Yeah, because it's like you're choosing then
Yeah.
to do physics. You don't have
So-
when you're at school up to GCSEs.
Mhm.
You're not. Well, I suppose GCSEs you pick your certain GCSEs, but you're not necessarily choosing all of your
No.
subjects. But in sixth form and uni, you're choosing to do that. So then you can
Yeah.
do an entry exam
Mm.
because you've picked that. You want to do it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do a test on like RE and
Yeah, I
maths.
suppose because I found with like my it was I spent less time revising for the ones that I wanted to actually do, because I spent so much time revising for the ones I was actually bad at,
Yeah.
Mm.
which happened to be the ones I
Most
don't
of them.
want to do.
Yeah.
Like English. Whereas if I didn't have to, I could have spent more time on TikTok not revising the ones I want to do.
yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. You're at
Right.
school. You do those subjects anyway,
Mm.
Yeah,
and you'll learn how to read. You'll learn how to write.
I knew
Mm.
it before I was.
But then you don't need to know how to interpret a poem
No.
No.
when you're in the real world.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's.
No one cares.
no. No.
They meant whatever they wanted to mean. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Don't care because I don't read poetry.
It was blue because they chose blue. It wasn't because it was sad.
Yeah.
They just wanted it to be blue.
Yeah.
They had to pick a colour and they picked blue.
Yeah. So it's like doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you don't need to be
So-
tested
so
on it.
There should be exams relevant to the subject you're going to take if you go further. But if
Yeah.
you're not going to go any further, what's the point? Or
Yeah.
if you're going to do
Yeah.
an apprenticeship, it's like, okay, cool. There's an aptitude test of can you do what's required as a minimum to get into this
Yeah,
course.
you need to be
Exactly.
good at it to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be like based on your past successes. It should just be how are you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when you've done the apprenticeship, you won't get hired by an employer if you're not good at it.
Mm.
Yeah.
You don't need to do an exam or a test at the end of your apprenticeship to prove you can do it.
But then you need to, because it's a safety thing. Like if you're going to install someone's electrical stuff, you need to prove that you're going to do it in a safe way to the regulations. So I understand that being a necessary thing, but and it's like okay, you do the exam to get in to
Mhm.
being an electrician or being a plumber or being a carpenter or whatever,
Mm.
and then you do the test to prove that you can do it to safely into the regulations.
Yeah.
But throughout school, it's like no exams
Mm.
until you want to go further.
Yeah.
And if you want to go and do a degree,
Mm.
then you have to prove that you can get in
Yeah.
and do the work for that
And then
degree.
do coursework to prove that you can. Because a lot of things with degrees is you need to work to deadlines and show that you can
Mhm.
do that, and obviously you're learning deep
Yeah.
into that subject.
Yeah.
So then I understand more coursework there, but not exams. Remembering stuff that you wouldn't need to remember.
Yeah, I've always found that with exams, it's just like a memory test.
Yeah.
And like, you don't need that when you have Google
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
or like
I think that's pointless.
a book or notes or
It's like you
whatever.
go, oh, I recognise this. I know what I need to do.
Hmm.
I just go to this book,
Yeah.
get the
Yep.
formula.
I
and then apply
recognize,
it.
yeah, like I remember it, and then it's like you find out how to do it because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I know what the problem is, but yeah, I don't see why it's like you should need to remember everything about it,
Exactly.
or you fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would change.
Nice.
That's
The
good.
education
That's a
system.
good idea.
I'm happy
Thank
with
you.
that. On to
Got
my
it.
point. I think all social media should be taken away from people 40 years and plus
Why?
because it's painful.
What's
People
painful?
argue that we're painful.
And that's a strong argument.
It's a very strong argument, and we're giving them evidence.
But no, like you have a
Every week.
I mean, or like I don't know, some way to take them off of my For You page.
Okay.
So, for example, we take away all the ones that I use, like Instagram and TikTok. They can have Facebook. Keep it.
Well, so you-
They're the only ones on it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Would-
So it's just them interacting with each other.
So you'd have different social medias for
But
different
it's
age
like-
groups.
Yeah. But it'd be like, yeah. So anyone 40 years plus is only on Facebook.
Hmm.
So you see people your age's content and above. And then if I'm on something that's like 10 plus, like TikTok or something,
Hmm.
I only see people that are like my age to 40. I don't see any like stuff that I'm like, oh, that's painful.
Okay, so you don't want cringe content.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference. Some people do it on purpose, and it's like satire, but
Mm.
I just don't think
You can't
it's
have
not the same.
Fair enough.
Like, for the majority of the time, they do stay to their own.
So essentially, you just want to put a filter on your For You page to stop
Yeah.
people that you don't want to see I'm
Yeah.
hearing on your feed page.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
People would argue that about us.
Yeah.
But we do it anyway.
Yeah.
So my last policy that I've got written down
Yeah.
is no tax on boring adult purchases, like dishwasher tablets. They shouldn't be expensive. They shouldn't have
Yeah.
tax on them because it's
'Cause
like,
it's like-
I have to buy these.
There's like once a
Well,
month where you
so-
go, oh, dishwasher tablets are low, washing machine tablets are low,
Toilet
fabric softeners low, toilet roll, kitchen roll. Let's go get it all. 100 quid later.
roll. Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like
you should go-
crying.
Cool. All right. So the food budget this week is like 50 quid or whatever.
Yeah.
That's to support you, your partner, and your pets, and whatever, your kids, and then it's like, oh, right, yeah, no, can't have too much food now because we also have to get
Yeah.
all this other stuff.
And it's all like stuff you didn't even think about.
Yeah.
And then it comes up and you're just like, oh, why?
Yeah, you're like, oh, I gotta get Dettol.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, I do hate it
Yeah.
when I have to go and get all that stuff.
Or it's like when you're doing DIY, it's like I gotta buy a door.
Yeah.
I shouldn't
It's
have
like-
to pay tax on that. It's
Yeah.
a door.
It's like I was saying, like, my loft hatch broke. And then it's like, I've got to buy a loft hatch now. You good?
How did it break? How do you
It
break
just
a
fell
loft?
down. I opened it and it just fell down.
Wait, so it's not just the so. Describe it.
So
Do you have a
loft
ladder
hatch-
on it?
not on the loft hatch, it's in the loft.
So you have a square frame hole.
Rectangle.
Is it one of those
Okay,
ones where you go
but-
tung tung and it like flops down,
No.
or is it you
it's-
lift it out?
It's
No.
basically a plank of wood.
No. It's like a door. So basically, you put a pole up and you twist the little door handle
Mhm.
bit, and then it just folds down like it's like.
So like I just said.
Yeah.
No,
like-
because you say dum dum, doesn't dum dum.
oh, so okay, but
Oh, so
essentially
instead of clicking it, it twists.
Yeah.
But either way, it
And then
swings
it
down
folds
on a
down,
hinge.
and then I hook up, get the ladder, pull the ladder down, that's inside the loft.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I've got the same thing.
Okay.
So do we.
So yeah. Anyway, so I pulled the loft hatch down, started putting the ladder out, and for some reason, the loft hatch, basically the bits that hold it to
The
swing,
frame.
one of them
The
just
hinges.
snapped. The hinge bits, yeah. One of them just snapped and it just crashed onto the floor and broke. So
Can
I
you
need
just get
to
a new
swipe-
plank? Can you just buy a plank of wood, paint it white or whatever, screw some hinges on, and just chuck it back up? Like
Nah, that looked terrible.
that's what it is anyway.
Essentially,
though.
you've
No.
got to buy a loft hatch now,
Yeah,
and the
so
government are going to get 20%.
Yeah.
For the
well, that's the thing. Where you buy loft hatches, on the website, it was like, oh, I think it was like 40, 45 quid or something like that, and I was
Mhm.
like, oh, it's not too bad, like whatever. And then when I went to pay, it was almost 60 quid because they didn't put VAT on when I was
Mhm.
looking at the price. They put
Yep.
VAT on later, and then delivery as well. And it's just like, Jesus Christ, for
Mhm.
a loft hatch.
What niche market?
I know.
Do they sell anything else or just loft hatches?
I don't know. Because I only looked for loft hatches.
Oh.
Anyway, what was where did that come from? What was
So
it about?
tax on boring adult purchases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah,
So
Jordan. Yeah.
So I thought, right, you're not going to get elected without something to do with the environment. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
You've got to look after the environment. It's very prevalent at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I would increase the price of plane tickets.
Because they're
And-
not already expensive.
No, but increase them to the level that trains are and decrease train tickets.
Okay.
So essentially, you can
the
go.
planes would subsidise the trains.
Yeah, so you can get a plane ticket for cheaper than a train ticket to go abroad, which doesn't make sense.
No.
So you should be able to get a train somewhere in England to like somewhere you could go for like a weekend break
Yeah.
for far cheaper than if you wanted to go to Spain for a weekend
Yeah.
break. But it's the other way around, and that doesn't make sense. And then obviously, that's bad for the environment.
Yeah.
So I'd flip it, so that more people are encouraged to take a train and stay in England.
That's the thing.
Exactly. I
So-
don't think a plane would work upside down.
Or flip it.
Trains, right? They try. So trains say, "Go with us.
Mm.
We're cheaper and we're better for the environment,
Yeah.
and we'll get you there on time."
Yeah.
And they don't deliver on any of it.
Nope.
They're late.
Yeah.
they cost just as much as if you were going to just drive there and pay the fuel.
Exactly.
But you get to go in your own car
Mm.
and to drive when you want to drive, rather
Mm.
than on a schedule which is
Never accurate.
one an hour,
Mm.
and then they cancel it.
Yep.
And it's a massive diesel train,
Mm.
so it's not more environmental. It's like you're all just sharing a cab.
Yeah, it's only environmentally friendly if people actually use it and don't drive,
Yeah.
because then it's one vehicle rather than
But-
all the others.
But when
you
you're
still get-
driving to the station, then getting picked up from the
Mm.
station you're driving to.
yeah,
Yeah.
you still
On
get
the
so many
train.
cars, like
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do.
Fair.
Make it cheaper, increase plane prices.
Nice. This is going to be my last one.
Okay.
Because my other one sucked. So I thought school's boring. You ever get it where you just sat there and you listen to the whole spiel and you're just like, oh, that sucks. Like, you zone out. I figured a good way to keep attention, I've learned off social media. There'll be two screens, the one with the PowerPoint and then one underneath with Subway Surfers on it. It's mandatory. So everyone's like looking at the board and they don't know that they're also consuming that knowledge. It's like it's going in without them realising because they're watching
Yeah.
Subway Surfers
Yeah.
or Minecraft parkour where the guy keeps falling off and going to
GTA.
creative and or the GTA cars going down the ramp.
Yeah.
It has to be mandatory. The spleen is the spleen. No, the screen is split into two halves.
Yeah.
With Subway Surfers
And
underneath.
the lesson is delivered with the
With
AI
the
voice.
Reddit, yeah, that was my next point.
Yeah.
It was like there's no teacher anymore. It's like the captions, the voiceover.
But
It's
it can't be that squeaky annoying one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
There's a
you're right.
squeaky annoying one, and it really grates. me.
Or the really robotic one. It has to be like
yeah,
like you know when you get the ones where it's like Stewie Griffin or something. It's a celebrity.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of those where it sounds natural.
Hmm.
I don't know what squeaky one you're on about.
I know what
It's
you're on
really
about.
annoying.
I
If I
know.
see it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
I know what you're on about.
Mm.
Do you get the ones where it's like some people it's like that woman's voice? It's like it just sounds human.
Yeah,
And then there's you scroll more on their page and they changed it to that bloke that sounds like a robot
mm.
because it is a robot.
yeah,
And it's like, oh, why would you do that?
yeah. It's less good.
Yeah,
Mm. No, that's a good idea.
yeah. Watch too much
yeah.
brain rot. Yeah.
Have you seen those TikToks now, the brain rot ones, where it's like the balls falling.
Yeah,
and they're singing
yeah,
a song.
yeah.
And it's like Patrick Starr and Kanye West, and then Eric Cartman, and then they're all just each. If they're the lowest one, they'll be singing the song.
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's
Brain
not-
rot race.
Yeah.
I've seen those. Or have you seen the ones where it's like rather than them singing a song, it's like the meme that they are. So it's like Hagrid's AI voice versus
I haven't seen
Squidward going like what the Sigma or something like that. Have you seen any of that?
it. No.
Oh, I'm too far gone. And it's like the one that's lowest is the meme that's playing. It's on repeat.
Hmm.
So if it's like Squidward's lowest, it's just like constantly like what the Sigma, like over and over. But
Yeah.
then Hagrid takes over and he's like Hermione with her level 5 gyat. I can't believe you haven't seen any of this.
No.
I see it all the time. It's really annoying. But yeah.
Never seen that.
Either that or it'll be like Curious George's theme tune versus Napoleon doing a speech over like a song or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen loads of them.
Fair enough. So should we?
Well, are you done?
Oh, I'm done. I'm out.
I've got a few
I'm,
more.
I'm
Oh,
pretty
cool.
much out.
Okay.
Can I do the rest of mine?
Right, so next one.
Oh,
I would make
brother. Here we go.
I would make a promise that all potholes are fixed within 24 hours
Okay.
because they're annoying.
To be fair, it's not that difficult to.
No.
Remove the red tape of like health and safety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just go fill the pothole.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, first one.
Well,
Not first one, but like
you know,
With a human body, they got run over while they're trying.
I would. Now this is a contentious one. I would take
What
away
does that mean?
contentious.
Hmm.
It's like, or it could be. It's hard to explain. You just know what it means, John.
No, I don't.
Just be smarter. You'd have known this if you had done the exams, which we had eradicated.
It's like potentially a lot of people would disagree, but potentially a lot of people would agree, and no one would
It's
sort of sit in the middle.
Divisive.
Yeah, like it's sort of it would divide a lot of people.
Tell you what, just carry on. I'll Google it later.
Okay, so I would take away speed limits, and I would actually put in minimum speed limits.
Okay.
So in what was previously a 60 mile an hour road, where sometimes you get stuck behind someone going 40 miles an hour and it's really annoying.
Is it like minimum 50?
Minimum 50, no maximum.
I feel like there'd be a lot more accidents
Be better at driving.
because you'd have people going like over 100 just flying down, and then they catch up to like a group of people that are all going 50, and they just
Be better.
smash into the back of them.
Yeah, but then that's on them, isn't it?
Does it sound like a very good system?
Fine, I'd increase all speed limits by 10 miles an hour. So 30s and now 40s,
Mm-hmm.
etc.
What about 15s when they're outside of a school zone?
25.
Run them over faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
move on.
Next, I would
Put
more funding
into AI so that you have self-functioning robots that everyone can have to do the stuff, boring adult stuff that you don't want to do anymore.
Such as.
Doing the laundry, washing up. Well, I suppose you've got dishwashers, but loading and unloading dishwashers, cleaning the house,
All right. What if?
doing the groceries.
What if you buy a dishwasher with the capacity to wash the amount of dishes that you would need?
I don't understand.
So you wouldn't need cupboards because you put the dishwasher on when it's at capacity,
yeah.
and then you need a dish. Take it out of the dishwasher.
Then when you're done, you just put it back
Have you
in
seen
and it
the-
cleans them all again.
Yeah, and then
Who's that guy that's on those podcasts and he's really interested, like the marketing guy?
Rory
Noah.
Sutherland.
It's Rory Sutherland. Have you seen the thing of him? He's like, this is why you should have 2 dishwashers. And it's like you fill one dishwasher up, you wash it, and then you use a dish from it, and then when it's dirty, you put it in the other dishwasher.
Yeah, no need for cupboards.
And then when that's full, put it on, and
Yeah.
then you fill up the first dishwasher
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, exactly.
Never need a cupboard.
So yeah.
Well, you do need cupboards for like food, but not for dishes. That's a great idea.
anyway. Yeah, so AI, and then one more. I've got one more. Law enforcement. I would trial the purge. And I
I
But-
picture Samuel in the purge. It's like people coming to get him. He's like, no, time out.
Yeah.
I'm done with the trial. It's like I took it back.
The caveat is, when it's not the purge, you have harsher sentences for crimes. So,
Okay.
like, where you might get 3 years for like a petty crime, you now get life sentence.
The thing with the purge, right? Its intention was to get the urges out of your system.
Yeah,
It's not a. It shouldn't be a. I'm gonna wait until the purge
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna murder you. It should be a
Yeah.
voluntary thing that people, if they have the urge to go out and beat people up and try and kill them,
yeah,
they can go out and do that. Here's an arena, have at it.
yeah,
It shouldn't be you can go and like raid people's shops and steal and stuff like that. It should be no, you're allowed to go out and fight to the death against other willing volunteers.
yeah. But how would you police that?
Put them in an arena. It should be an event that they sign up for. Sign a waiver saying I'm signing up for the purge. Stick them all in the O2 arena or Wembley,
Yeah,
and then here are some weapons. Go for it.
Can I have a shotgun?
No.
maybe. But yeah,
Why not?
I don't know.
You just say mate. You're just
Maybe.
I think
I'm being controversial for no reason.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't want to, like, if you were to build up a business or something,
Hmm.
and then you, let's just say, out compete in another business, and then they're like, oh, on the purge, I'm just going to go around and burn your shop down.
You burn their
Because
shit
then
down
every
first.
year, you'd be building your shop back up again if you haven't been murdered.
Construction businesses do well.
If they don't get burnt down.
Okay, there's things we need to iron out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't have a purge with rules. Because it's not a purge.
Maybe we just make smaller. We cancel the purge. We don't do that. We just make smaller crimes have harsher sentences. So that if someone's like, it doesn't matter, like the risk and reward, the reward outweighs the risk because the risk is 6 months in prison for robbing this shop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you rob this shop, you get life sentence. You're not going to do it. Because the risk outweighs the reward.
Yeah, but how are you going to house all these criminals that you're arresting?
Build more prisons.
But how are you going to do that if all the builders have been arrested?
Yeah, they're all burnt to a crisp in their shops.
Yeah. Okay, maybe not the best idea.
No.
Was that your final?
That was my final idea. My
Way
final
to
policy.
end it on a high.
All right, so to recap, my ideas, my laws was no ads on the streaming services if you've
Yeah.
already paid for a streaming service.
Yeah.
Cycle routes,
Mm-hmm.
so there's no cyclists on the road.
Mm-hmm.
National holidays once a month.
Yeah.
Keeps morale up as well. I
Yeah.
think it'd be good.
Who's morale?
I don't know, but he's up. You're allowed to slap one person. Like,
Yeah.
like I can slap you once. Like,
Okay.
and no tax on boring stuff.
Yeah. Recap yours, insecure man.
Every guy over 6 foot has to have a reverse mohawk. Limit on like flings, or you can have a year. Any man with bigger than 7 inches has to wear clown shoes.
Yeah.
Social media is like segregated for different age groups,
Yeah.
and then you have to have Subway Surfers playing in the classrooms.
Okay.
And then mine was make subscriptions and football channels free.
Boring.
Make food cheaper.
Lame.
Change the education system.
No one likes
So
you.
no exams. Change the prices of planes and trains. What was the other ones? Advance AI.
So that you don't have to do boring jobs at home.
Mm-hmm.
Fix potholes. Take away speed limits. And
Trial the purge.
Cool. All right.
Do you
I'm
wanna-
gonna
yeah.
vote first.
Oh, I forgot we do.
So I don't want to wear clown shoes, so I'm gonna vote for Samuel.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Wise. Wait, who would go around and measure it? Because everyone would just be
No,
like,
it'd be.
Yep.
You guys didn't let me explain it. I just moved on.
Do you want to explain
There'd be-
it quickly?
There'd be random checks. It'd be like, could be
Whack it out.
So
you could be on your way to work, just a normal day, and it's
Yeah.
like policemen pull you over and they're like, whip it
how
out.
are you gonna get to
Tape
the
measure.
length of no? But how are you gonna get to the length required to measure
Well,
it?
you got to be quick, or
maybe
you,
maybe it's something that'd be on your ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if you get caught not wearing clown shoes, but you are that big?
Well, that's what the random checks are for. They're like, give me your ID.
What's the
And they're like, 9? Where are the clown shoes?
and what's the
Buster.
repercussions?
10. You need a nose as well.
Any bigger than that, and you got to wear the wig. I guess you just do time.
What
you
about
don't wear the
people
shoes.
that their job is actually clown, and they are less than 7 inches?
Get a new job.
Well,
That's just sad, isn't it?
I can't even be a clown.
I'm such a loser. What if you're over 10 inches, so you've got to wear the wig as well, but you're over 6 foot? Would you have a
the
wig?
wig has to have a reverse mohawk. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Who are you voting for?
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna vote for Roberts.
That's fair. Mine was quite bad.
I was gonna say it's very boring.
Yeah.
As in, they were just very mundane. They're realistic, which is what I feel like makes them boring. Yeah, they would probably actually help you out and whatever. But also,
It's going to bankrupt the company. The country.
Yeah. It was.
also that you sort of like kind of unlucky there because I don't have to do half that because I'm not an adult,
Yeah.
so I don't understand any of it.
True.
So it had no relevance to me.
No. Okay. Fine. So I've got a vote. Robert's got a vote. Yours. Some of them were good. Some of them funny. Too insecure for me. I liked Robert's one, so I'm going to go for Robert.
Thank you.
So,
So yeah, I win. Obviously,
well done.
with the best policies.
I feel like Samuel just doesn't want to be the guy with the reverse mohawk and no other accessories.
You got yeah, but It's when you don't have to have the mohawk and you don't have to wear clown shoes.
Yeah.